we can enter the kingdom of heaven and still eat pork, right? Isaiah had something to say about this. Let me go grab it. If we go look at Isaiah 66, which is the last book of Isaiah, we see a whole section which is called the final judgment and glory of the Lord. So this is final judgment and glory of the Lord, okay? This is verse 17 from that section. Those who sanctify and pure themselves to go into the gardens, following the one in the midst, eating pig's flesh, and the abomination and mice shall come to an end, not entering the kingdom and entering, this is his final judgment, come to an end together. Here's another section in Isaiah 65, and it is conveniently labeled for us judgment and salvation. So what does this section say? In this section, our Father is calling out to us, and he's saying, I spread my hands all the day to a rebellious people who walk in a way that is not good, following their own devices, a people who provoke me to my face continually, sacrificing in gardens and making offerings on bricks, who sit in tombs and spend the night in secret places, who eat pig's flesh, and the broth of tainted meat is in their vessels. What do you think? Is he trying to express to us his thoughts on this matter? And remember, this is section called judgment and salvation. These are the final judgment chapters in Isaiah, the final judgment of the earth. See this verse in Mark 7 where Yeshua thus declared all foods clean? Do you notice how it's in brackets? Do you know why it's in brackets? Because it's not in the actual manuscripts. He never said, thus all foods are clean. He was talking about a hand-washing ceremony and bread. He was not talking about pork. He was not talking about shrimp or shellfish or anything like that. He was talking about a hand-washing ritual that had to do with bread. This part was added later. That should give you pause, especially in light of what we just read in Isaiah. If you look in Leviticus 11, where the original commands for the food laws are, you'll see that they're talking about what you may eat and what you may not eat. Basically, what is food and what is not food, okay? So when a first century Jewish person, especially a Pharisee, is looking at a pig, they are not seeing it as food. They do not call a pig food. It would be like if you saw a dog walking down the street and you're like, oh, that's food. It is the same concept. You don't see a dog as food, just like they do not see a pig or a shrimp as food. Anytime you see in the New Testament that they're talking about food, they're not talking about pig.